and welcome back.
Do the splits. I told you you could host this one because you told me how flexible you were off camera. You said you could do the splits.
Did I? Did I say that?
Do the split.
Did I? Do you want me
Did
to try?
Did I?
Do you want me to try that right now on camera and pull my hamstring?
It's Melina, so...
Do you want me to get up and do it?
Okay, you can do one of two things. You can do the splits, or you can with Batista. Which is easier? Because I've heard one of them is actually not that easy to do.
No, it's one of them.
I've heard he's got a lunchbox.
Yeah. On the basis that he's not here.
This is really respectful.
Can I do the splits?
So sorry, Melina. I'm so sorry.
And Batista.
Oh no, he's fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm so. Anyway,
do you want me to do the splits?
You can do the host.
Do the hosting. Oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Hold on. I'm trying to get it up.
I'm trying to get it up.
Right, Batista,
you are doing the Batista.
Right, just pretend my leg's also there. My other one. Hello and welcome back to Sam's on Wrestling. Yes, I have a heavy
It's November. Why are you wearing shorts?
Because of reasons. I feel more comfortable in shorts. I didn't think my bottom half was going to be on show. You know me. Usually I'm just butt naked under the table.
The old Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
This is the start to a Melina power ranking.
Welcome back to Sam's on Wrestling, the channel where we sometimes talk about wrestling. This is our power ranking series with really serious journalism where we talk about wrestlers and decide, and lunchboxes, and decide who's best. And it's not an adult film channel, it's a wrestling channel.
This is our power ranking series where we take a wrestler, female wrestler, a tag team wrestler, and we give them scores out of 10 in 10 different wrestling categories to give them an overall score out of 100. We then combine them together to give an overall score out of 200. Today, we are disrespecting one of the best women of the Divas era. It's Melina. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's just like, share, do the subscribing thing, please.
Thanks for taking over that intro, Sam, because I was done with that.
I thought you might have been.
Yeah.
Let's just like Johnny Nitro, and let's go and see how we view Melina.
The first category that we go on to is actually appropriately their wrestling ability.
Let's go back to the straight and narrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know me, so I'm always straight and narrow.
Of course, yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
What have you given it out of 10 for just purely her wrestling ability?
I gave her a 6. I think genuinely the Divas era, we always talk about the women's wrestling on a curve because it only started because Stephanie McMahon only invented it in 2014.
Of course, yes.
But let's be honest, prior to that, there's very little to go on women's wrestling in the giant Americas and that sort of thing. You have to go to Japan to see proper women's wrestling. But is Melina one of the most improved women's wrestlers of all time? Because if you compare to what she did in her first sort of match in that very early, I remember she had a match with Trish, Survivor Series 05, to where she was at the end. I mean, it is night and day.
Well, I would actually raise you Trish.
Trish is number one. Trish is number one.
Yeah.
I generally Trish is unbelievable, scary how much she improved. So Trish is number one, she wins. But Melina, I've got her very high on that list. Like generally, the two are just not twins the same.
She did because she was at the beginning. She was basically just a manager.
She was ballet.
And
she was used for eye candy.
That's literally it. That was literally all she was. And then she was more known towards the end of her career as one of the best wrestlers there, and she was more about technical stuff. And other women were sexualised, but she wasn't so much. She was more about she was a main eventer.
She put trousers on, and that stopped the sexualisation. And I know that sounds really stupid, but it did. Yeah. And I was very surprised she got released. Her release was one of the surprising ones.
It's a weird one, isn't it? It's one of those you thought, what's going on behind the scenes, because she was still quite prominent.
I don't know. I think it's the Mania 27 thing. You took my spot with Snooki.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much ended it for her, sadly. But I'm sorry, she was in the right at the same time. But also at the same time, it's a WrestleMania 6-way tag team match. Put Snooki in a match, it's fine. But as a wrestler, I thought she dramatically improved. And I thought she had some really cool moves. Anytime she had to do something with the splits, I thought she looked really cool. She was obviously unbelievably flexible. I thought she had great matches with Beth. I think she's really good.
No, I think she's decent. I'd give her a 6. I'd give her a 6 as well. Yeah. We move on to her storytelling. Now, this is more about their storytelling in ring. Can they tell a story in a match? Sam, what have you gone with?
Tough one. Her wrestling is definitely better, but women weren't allowed to tell stories. However, of the very small collective of people who were allowed to tell stories, she is one of them. Because she was allowed to have matches that were longer than 3 minutes. Mickey, Beth, There, she was in that collective. And every time she had a match with Beth, they told a really great story. But she didn't get many opportunities. So I gave her a 5. I think we have to show a distinction between the wrestling ability and the storytelling. I would have liked to see what she could have done if she had a proper agent and was given 12 to 15 minutes to be able to tell it. Would she have got shown up, or could she have succeeded? We'll never know.
I think it's the former. I think I'm giving her a 4. I think what you're talking about with Beth Phoenix, I think that's more Beth.
Oh, all
Beth's
Beth.
calling it.
All
that's
Beth.
what I mean.
Oh,
so she can do the moves that Beth is calling.
You've got to remember, this is the other problem as well. You're absolutely right, and you can only do what's in front of you. We can't talk about backstage. We can't talk about who's calling the match, because at the end of the day, you do the match, you do it in the ring, and what gets produced. So your question actually more is, could she have done it without Beth? That's the question.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the question.
That's my point that I'm making.
But that's the problem. We cannot propose that.
No, but I don't see her as.
I think you are so right.
Yeah, that's why.
I think 4's harsh. I think 4. And the reason 4's harsh, not because you're not wrong, but you're also not right either, because that sounds like speculation of a 4, rather than ranking what was actually happening in the ring.
Yes, but I think you have to take these things into account. You have to go, well, is she being carried a little bit in the storytelling?
100% being carried.
That's what I mean. She also
got carried with Mickey, so she's done it twice.
Well, just look at when she wrestled bad wrestlers.
I mean, to be fair, like, outside of Beth, even Mickey couldn't carry people like Kelly and Candice.
I'm not saying they could.
Yeah.
But Mickey probably could carry them better than Melina.
They do.
Yeah,
but then we're ranking them way higher. I think.
No.
I think they could probably got a storyline match of a 5 out of it.
I'm giving 4.
Fair enough.
We now move on to their promo ability. How good are their promos out of 10, Sam?
I struggled with this one because in the women's era, in Divas era, they didn't get much mic time anyway. But one person who did get a lot of mic time was Melina. Particularly early on, particularly in the valet stuff in particular. Melina has this really annoying thing where she's actually a very good talker. She's also quite annoying. And sometimes that annoying is not good heel work. It's okay, go away. Bit of Carmella. Really good heel, but sometimes you're like, oh, go away type thing. So I really struggled where to place her, because she's a very good promo. And in the women's era and the Divas era, she was an excellent promo. But then she also really not. I didn't know what, so I gave her a 6, and I thought that was a very nice place for her to be. Personally, I think she's a good promo. She never flushed her lines. She never fluffed them. She was always able to pull off things. She pulled off her character. She got a character over with the promo. She got Johnny Nitro over a lot, as well as Eminem. She was excellent at that. She actually got them over with the way her character and promo worked. But then there was the times it was like, oh God, stop it, sort of thing. So I think 6. I think she's above average in the women's era. I think she's 7 in Divas era. If we were going solely on Divas, she's a 7 or an 8. Yeah. Overall, I think 6 is fair.
I gave her a 4 because I was more. No, I'm gonna explain and backtrack. So because I was more going, because what I know Melina for is more the Divas era stuff, where she's mainly a babyface. And if she's a babyface,
God, awful.
It's right.
Shocking.
So you see why the 4's there, Sam.
You make a do you know what? I don't see Melina and think babyface at any point.
She was.
But she could when she was doing the wrestling, she was babyface.
That's what I know Melina for. Now you make a valid point of when she was a valet, so I could be more tempted to go to a 5, but it can't be a 6.
I'm coming back to you because you reminded me of the babyface.
Bad Sam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. 5 together.
Yeah.
Therefore,
together.
Completely redundant.
Yes, absolutely.
But I feel better.
Yes, you feel more satisfied.
Yes.
We now move on to their look and appearance. Now, it can be about their attractiveness, but it also can be about their ring attire. Did it fit their character, etc.? Their presentation, etc. It's not just purely aesthetically, even though it is, because it's their
In this case, it's aesthetically 9. Melina, first of all, let's just get the generics out of the way. Stunningly beautiful woman. Absolutely gorgeous woman. Perfectly paired with the Hollywood gimmick with Eminem as well.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely. I also really liked her look when she was a wrestler on her own, because we talked about this a lot. The Divas era, everyone started looking very similar. She kept that Hollywood shine with kind of the Ugg style bottom of the trousers, sort of thing like that. But I think the fact that she got over because of her appearance and because of how she came across, even though she was an annoying heel, and then was able to transfer out. I thought the hair was always good and cool and all that jazz as well. I think I've now gone too harsh with a 9. She is an 8 look for me. She is an 8 look for me. So I've gone with an 8. I assume you've gone 8 as well. Everything I've said?
Yeah.
Absolute beat for beat. She's She just understood how to get the best out of her look and appearance and aesthetic on different characters as well. Because the change from valet, eye candy, into kind of serious wrestler was excellently beautifully done, and I don't think she turned down the look either. I thought she just sidestepped rather than do anything. Good job.
The next one we are moving on to is their entrance. What kind of entrance? I mean, it can be about what they did. Obviously, their music is a big part of it. Sam, entrance out of 10. Really?
I think in the women, we've separated the men, the women, and things. Women get nothing. Even now, what are women's entrance like? You take out Charlotte. It's about it, really. You get a big entrance. Yeah, you got to look at it. Yeah, here's your quantification, Sam. That's the thing. This might be changing your score.
Becky's is all right.
Yeah, and music doesn't fit her when she's a heel, but they keep hanging it. And you see what I mean? They don't get the big entrances. They never have done. They get a music that's very generic and one note, and then they usually walk down to the ring. Melina she took the entrance in Eminem because it suited her, and let's be honest, people associate it with her than they did Eminem. And then her entrance is one of the most famous entrances in women history. First of all for sexualization, but then for the fact that it's actually just cool. Like the splits into the ring, no one has done it before, no one's done it since. She botched it in the Royal Rumble because she got stuck. But I'm sorry, from the women in the women's era and on this women's list, I'm looking at all the people we've done. The only person I can honestly say I enjoyed their entrance more of everyone we've done here is Asuka's.
Oh yeah.
So I've got her as a 10 in the women's ranks. That is a 10 out of 10 entrance.
Always reminds me of one of my favourite Sun Cena moments where he tried to do the splits.
A great example. That's how famous the entrance is.
Beth nearly corpsed. It was that funny.
Beth did corpse.
Beth
did corpse.
Incredible.
The serious woman. If she cracked any face, she's corpsing.
Yeah. I put a 7. I'll go up to an 8. I don't think it's like a 10.
How many people would you put her entrance ahead of, though?
Put ahead of her entrance?
Yeah.
In women's?
Yeah.
And you know what it is? With her entrance music, the guitar
so annoying.
It's annoying.
So annoying.
That's what draws it down. It can't be a 10. I get what it's going for.
Me and you have different views on the music.
We have different music tastes in wrestling and in general.
You do Spotify, whereas I do does it fit the character?
No, I agree. I don't mind it fitting the character. No, I would give Brad Sensor a 10, for example.
It is really annoying, that music.
But there's something about it, not quite for me. So I'd give it an 8. It's good.
It grates on the ear.
It's good. I just think you're being a bit over dramatic with a 10. Yeah. We now move on to their work as a heel out of 10. Purely character based as a heel. Sam, what have you gone with?
Do you know what? I might just snip in what you just said just before we started filming this section because I've given her an 8.
No, Sam. She's not, though, is she? She's not. Behave. She's not an 8 out of 10 heel.
She is.
She's not.
She got such heel heat.
All
the time.
Yeah, but was it like proper heel heat?
Sometimes it flipped into
go
away
heat. Was it on her own or was it more with Eminem?
No, she got Eminem heat, so it counts of her on her own. There was a team, but she got them on her own by doing the work, and then they were able to split up. And she was able to take that heat into being a singles wrestler. So much so that when she was with Eminem, they gave her a Survivor Series women's title match, even though it was on the wrong show, because how over she was getting as heel and how much people hated her.
Okay, what would you give, for example, Smojo heel out of 10?
That women and men, you can't put them on the same level.
No, I know it's on the same
level. Pick a woman. We've already discussed that we are not marking them the same because on a bell curve, if we did the women with the men and the women have really been given nothing since till 2015, some women would be getting 1s and 2s, and that's not right. We were saying we were keeping them separate and marking them within themselves.
What would you give Lita as a heel?
As a heel, 9 and 10. She was a fabulous heel.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying Melina's not quite as good as Lita, like she's nearly that level?
I actually thought Lita was quite annoying as well.
No, but Lita was a very, very good heel.
I still think Melina's at 8 heel.
No.
Watch this. Heels. Do your score.
What does that mean?
Do your score. I'm digging in and I'm staying here at 8.
Digging into your...
I'm going to hold on to my 8.
It's just not true, though, is it? I'll use this in future rankings of women as an example if you gave Melina an 8. No, not good.
I prefer to Santina Morella all the time.
You're getting it was 2005 and I was young. That's all you're doing.
I was 14.
There you go, you're young.
No, I knew what I was doing by that point.
You did not, you still don't.
And also Melina barely had started by that point, really. She started doing her stuff on her own years after when I was 16, 17.
I think you got a point, Samuel. Anyway, I thought it was my turn. I'm giving her, what did I give her? I gave her a 5, to be honest, because I think she's bang average. And I think it was more the gimmick that helped her. I think she's good, but she cut annoying promos. What part of her heel work is good? Promos we've established are good.
And
I
ranked it relatively highly, but we ranked it down because of babyface, not heel.
Again,
hang on, screw you.
I
said in the yeah, but you just turned to me and asked a question.
Yeah, but it was more of a top question that required a yes or no answer, not a whole paragraph.
Yeah, but I turned to you in the promo and said if it was in the Divas Era, I'd give her a 7 for promo. So ergo, I've got that height.
But you still can't go era-wise that much. You can't rank up just because everyone else was rubbish or didn't get promo time around her. Heel-wise, again, promo-wise, it's not really there. In ring work, we've talked about storytelling. Where's the in-ring storytelling as a wrestler? What are you basing it on? Just purely the gimmick itself that's not necessarily...
The problem is when she got a chance to wrestle, she was a babyface most of the time.
Again, so what are you scoring the heel work on?
It's just all the promo work, all the character work. Everyone hated her.
You scored the promo low. So how have you scored the heel work 8?
Because of the babyface work. If it was just pure heel, she got so many heel and negative reactions all the time.
So what are you giving a promo just as a heel?
As a heel?
Yeah.
7.
Right, so where's the 8 come from?
For the character work, for the way she wrestled in the ring, for the way she got Eminem.
Wrestled in the ring as a heel wrestler, you're giving her an 8.
Yeah, because she was good as the heel. Because when she was a heel wrestler, she was a rubbish wrestler, so she had to do all character work.
Just said it yourself, she's a rubbish wrestler.
At the time when she was a heel wrestler, she was a.
This is about heel.
Yeah, but she was doing heel work, not heel. The wrestling was meh.
Are you going to give her a really good gimmick/personality score because of this? Is that what's taking this heel up?
It's solid.
It's solid. It's not 8. So I don't get where the 8's coming from in this entire thing.
8.
There's no logic for where this is coming from. There's no
Santino
source.
with a cobra.
It's a river with no sauce. Is what it is that you've got.
Rivers don't meant to have sauce.
They do have a sauce.
Oh right, sauce. Yeah. I thought you meant like ketchup.
Bow.
You meant like ketchup.
Talking about?
When you talk about a meal, you go, it needs some sauce.
I'm talking about a river,
Like
not a meal. Your brain's gone, Sam. It's absolutely gone out the window. You're supposed to be the force of logic here. You've got no logic at all. You've had all scores really low. Yeah, her heel work is so good, but you've got no example of where her heel work is good. And now you're saying about ketchup in a river. Rivers don't have sauces. Says a man who used to be a teacher, still technically is a teacher.
When you said no sauces, I meant sauces in S-A-U. I misspelled.
Yeah, I said a river is sauce. You should understand.
They're homonyms. They're the same word.
A river with a sauce. You should... You're an idiot, man. God. You know it's bad when I'm giving you geography lessons.
No, I understand that rivers have a sauce. I thought you meant ketchup.
Yeah, it's a stupid mistake and you will be ridiculed for it on your channel, rightfully so.
It's our channel.
Well, our channel, but it's more like, it's you are here hosting it there.
Would you like me to give her a 7? Would that make you feel better?
It'd make me feel much better.
Great, she's staying at an 8.
Yeah. Yeah. We now move past that drama and move on to her work as a babyface overall. Sam, what have we gone with? A 9 here or a 10? What have we gone with?
Well, she's a rubbish babyface, isn't it? Which is what drops down the promo score and the wrestling score. She's a 5 babyface.
There we go. Some more sensibility.
She doesn't quite... Because she's such a great heel, she doesn't quite attach as a babyface because everything she does feels heely. The entrance is heely. The music is heely. The moves she does are somewhat cool, and that's what drags it up to the 5 is the moves she has when she got good at wrestling, suited being a babyface, because she's so damn flexible. She's able to do these cool flexible moves. But every time she spoke as a babyface, it's like when you listen to Tiff, not a babyface.
Well, we power ranked John Morrison recently, Sam, and she is literally the female John Morrison. I mean, there's the reason why they're put together. Because she is more of a heel, but can do cool moves. So then you kind of put her as a babyface. It works because she's a great foil for heels, like power heels, like Beth Phoenix. Moves.
I mean, do you remember the move she did? Beth had her on her, and she had a torture rack, but she got her head and she got her feet and started slamming. I mean, it's class. Incredible. And you have to have the ability to do that.
So it makes sense that you put her as babyface, but all the other stuff kind of drops down.
That's the problem. Every time she did any babyface work, they had to move her away from babyface really fast because it didn't work. She wasn't babyface for long, to be fair.
No.
She wasn't babyface for long because it doesn't work. So they made the right call in moving her back to the 8 out of 10 heel that she is.
We now move on to their gimmick / their personality. What was their character? What was the basis of it? How did they execute that? What kind of extra personality did they show? Sam, what have you done here?
This one I struggle with because, like everything, I try to separate because I think a lot of the time you put a lot of these together. So one filters into the other a lot. Like the heel, for example. I look at the heel stuff, but you're thinking about the promo on top. And I separate the promo. I'm looking at what the heel works. So when it came to gimmick and personality, this is the one that kind of mixes everything. And then you look at it and you go, promo, very up and down on heel and babyface, but also valet and wrestler. And then you've got gimmick as the person as a heel works, babyface, real mess, her as a personality, I wouldn't say she was massively personalityful. I actually thought she was very good at delivering a script. No, this is the point. So some people were excellent with a script, some people aren't. For the first few years, I actually really thought she was great with a script. She was in a really weird storyline with Ric Flair and Mick Foley.
Yes,
that was the time I went.
I
was like, why are you in that? That one was weird.
That is one. You know, in GMO, we talk about GMO again. Yeah. It's literally, we needed cheating girlfriend storyline or whatever it is, and we needed Diva to throw in here to get the 5-star storyline.
And they did it as something weird. Yeah. So I looked at it and I was like, I'm really hard to judge where my body fell in. So I went with a 6 because I thought it was the fairest way to go with everything. I went, you can't say upper echelon. You can't even say just below the upper echelon. I think as a gimmick, as a personality, I think she's a 6. I think, weirdly, she would have succeeded really well in this modern era because she has more than what a lot of the wrestlers have now.
Agreed.
When you compare her to people like your Ivy Nile, who's a way 10 times better wrestler than Melina, I'd still rather watch Melina.
Agreed, and I think with some really good wrestlers, she could have some really good matches
she
with
could
someone that's better than...
And now they're better now, she could probably get taken.
It might be the first time we've agreed today, so I'm going to give her a 6 as well. I'm just really struggling to find where the 8's coming from. So I thought maybe you would have it here, but we're going to move on because otherwise...
No, well, that's the babyface and the negative promo and the character.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, you're corrected.
No, I can look at it just as a heel because it's just heel work. And I do think that if she was a better promo with the heel where it wasn't annoying, because she kept bouncing between good promo and heel annoyance, I think she could have been an even better heel. But I just really, really liked the work as a heel. I think she was one of those people who actually got better in the ring. And by the time we got better in the ring, we were past the time when she was at her hottest. And that's the problem. If she'd have had the work that she had later, when she was at the beginning with your M&Ms and stuff like that, I think we're looking at one of the best from the Divas era. But because that heel stuff, by the time we got to I can now work well or compatible enough to be able to be carried to good 10-minute matches, the heat had gone.
It had.
And by that point, so it's a tough one.
We now move on to how over/how much of a draw they were. Did they draw money, Sam? Why have you gone with a 9?
I think I've just answered that question anyway with what I said about the spark going off, which is a 6.
It's a 6.
I think if you stopped, as I just said, I think she's super over with some people being like, go away. But she was over. It got Eminem massively over, the gimmick and her. If Eminem were just those two without her, I think that gimmick dies very similar to like a Deuce and Domino type thing really fast. I think she's the reason that it succeeded. And I think she's the reason that Johnny Nitro succeeded early on because he was rubbish early on. But the problem is she then drifted. Yeah. And then the women's division drifted because Vince gave up on it. Yeah. So I think within that dynamic, she was a draw. And she's such a draw that every time they do bring her back, she gets a big pop.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and that's not just a nostalgia part. They say, yes, we liked what you did.
She's always one of those staples you put in that late 2000s era with your kind of Carlitos, MVPs, like the Shelton Benjamins, people you might pop if they come back kind of thing. She's always in that category. I've got a 6. You could always put her in a women's title match and it'd work. And everyone would be happy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You should always end on a finish, Seth Rollins. Now we go. This is our final category. First of all, let's establish what her finisher was.
We've got 2 here. So technically she's got 2. So we've got that split leg, splits drop thing. I like it. I like splits into it. I thought that really worked.
Works with the gimmick. Is it a bit slow and a bit soft? Yes.
Slow and soft definitely drags it down. Aesthetically pleasing.
A basic Rough Rider.
It is. Yeah. But we've also got... I wish she'd done that running rather than... She kind of stood and then dropped them down.
I don't know if she'd be able to do it running. I think it's
You actually make a valid point, yeah.
And could the people she's doing it to take it running?
Not then either.
No.
Maybe Beth. Maybe Beth.
No, agree, but Beth's the exception to every rule.
No, not because Beth's amazing, but because she's
strong.
Not the strong. It's basically what I was looking for. And then got the code red thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. Yeah. I've given that a 7. I actually quite liked it, but it's slow. But I like it, and especially for Divas Era, it's a good move.
That's why I've gone with 8, because I like both moves. Because both moves, Code Red we've seen before, but not really in WWE at that point.
No, not really. Either.
And that was actually what I was going to say. And then the splits thing was really cool for the women's. You look at what the women's finishes was. It was the X Factor. You know, even Trish's moves it was a chip kick. It was a super kick. You know, I actually in the quantification of women's moves of the Divas Era, this was cool.
It was
Slow, soft looking, but, you know.
8's generous, but you love your 8s, don't you?
I think from a move standpoint, the Divas Era, I think it's genuinely standoutable. But the fact that she had 2, that's what gives me the 8.
I don't think that gives you the 8. I think you feel bad for the intro, being very disrespectful, very, very unkind, and therefore the 8s have been thrown in there.
No, all written beforehand, you can tell.
I don't know.
You can tell?
No.
8. Cool.
We now move on to the part where we put our scores together and come up with a combined total. So, Sam, what did you give her?
67 in the end.
Okay.
Those 2 8s.
I gave her a 60.
Fair enough.
Which I think is more fair. That gives her a score of 127, Sam. And if we see where that puts her on the leaderboard, that actually puts her in 5th place. She is just above Carmella and she is behind Michelle McCool. I think that's fair.
Do you know what? Correct. I would literally, I compared her to Carmella and we put her practically side by side with Carmella.
But just a bit better for me.
She's a better wrestler than a lot of people below. She's a better character than a lot of people below. The 4 above her in Michelle McCool, Paige, Beth and Asuka. Yep, I'm actually cool with that. And the scores are pretty much right. I think we're good.
Yeah.
In the end, Sam, we're best friends. In the end, I hope
no, I can do the split, Sam.
No. Thanks for us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give your scores at the end of this, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. No foot. You're
Do the splits.
No.